That's what's so frustrating, Governor, is it's hidden in plain view. And we've got to expose these people. I mean, do you agree that if we don't expose the system that's doing this, that they're going to continue to use fake terror as a pretext to enslave us?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, and the thing that's most frustrating is mainstream media. I mean, I guess, you know, when I do my publicity for my show, I've been taking a different tact. I've been going on and thanking them, because I thank them for covering whether pro athletes cheat on their wives, the death of Anna Nicole Smith, and all that important stuff. Because I said if you covered the things we covered, me, my crew, and production company wouldn't have jobs. I always make sure to thank them for providing jobs for us, because I'm just baffled, Alex. It's beyond words how our mainstream media, which was designed to be the fourth branch of government, the unwritten fourth branch by our forefathers, their job was to be the check, to be the watchdog and watch the other three branches of government and keep them honest. And now that they have sold us out, we are in dire straits, Alex, because with mainstream media ignoring things like this, these stories should be the lead stories on TV right now. And yet, where are they hearing them? Not to downgrade you and I, but the only place they're hearing that is on your radio show and a few other non-mainstream outlets.
Well, the ruling class, the elite, the social engineers, wouldn't have staged 9/11 if they weren't confident in their superiority over the mainstream media. But we do see the mainstream media losing ratings, viewers, and in national polls, the public trusts the alternative media a lot more than they do the mainstream media.
Well, and that's clearly shown when the most trusted man, hands down, above all others, with double-digit win, is Jon Stewart.
And he's making a joke about things.
Well, Jon Stewart's show is comedy, yet it's serious comedy, because he does it with a comedic intent. But what he talks about and the position he takes are very good. And that's why when I was at Harvard, Alex, I asked all the Harvard students where they get their news from, and it was like 90% of them all said Jon Stewart.
Yeah, he's better than some. The problem is it's kind of a liberal perspective, but he will cover topics others won't. We're almost out of time. I want to play two final clips and then talk about the TV show and also the governor's race up in Minnesota that you're involved in supporting Tom Horner. But first, let's go, because you mentioned this earlier, we're pulling this up. Let's go to Jane Stanley of the BBC, and they did it on their other BBC channel at the same time live. This is BBC World. It was also on BBC 24. Another reporter being fed, and they now admit Reuters gave them this, that Building 7 had fallen perfectly in its own footprint, the Solomon Brothers building, before it actually fell. Here it is.
World Trade Center. As you can see behind me, the Trade Center appears to be still burning. We see these huge clouds of smoke and ash, and we know that behind that there's an empty piece of what was a very familiar New York skyline, a symbol of the financial prosperity of this city. But
so meanwhile, right behind her is Building 7, and she's saying it's fallen, Jesse.
Yeah, that's correct. She talks about it for over 7 minutes, about the third building that has collapsed, that wasn't struck by an aircraft. And the entire time she's talking, Building 7's right behind her, because she actually did this 30 minutes before the building actually fell.
And the same thing was on CNN with Aaron Brown. But just like with NIST suppressing their internal videos that show the same thing, BBC for a year said that was fake. And then they said, okay, it's true, but we lost the tapes. Now they've done a special and have admitted it, but just say it was a coincidence. Last clip with Governor Jesse-Ventura, because he mentioned it. Here's the owner of the World Trade Center lease, Larry Silverstein, saying they gave the order on Building 7 to pull it, demolition term for controlled demolition, and they watched the building come down. Here it is.
Allowing occupants to evacuate to safety.
I remember getting a call from the fire department commander telling me that they were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. And I said, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
Did you know a Fox News reporter wrote an article 3 months ago and admitted he was with Silverstein, and they made the decision to pull, but then decided not to. So now they admit they were planning to blow it up. But wait, Silverstein gave this interview a year after and said they pulled it. I mean, Jesse.
Well, you know what I like about it, Alex, is they now use the terminology "pull it" meant to pull the firefighters out. the excuse they use for it, but you notice he says pull it and then ties it right into the bringing the building down, because that wasn't the intent of what he was talking about. He was talking about bringing the building down. But in order to cover themselves, they've now stated that Silverstein was simply stating the fire captain, when he used the term pull it, meant that they were going to pull all the firefighters out, that it was a lost cause.
Well, there's just one problem. We happen to have the New York City logs. The firefighters were pulled at 11:23 in the morning, more than 5 hours before the building fell.
Yeah, there you go.
Unbelievable. Governor, so this information, I mean, we just presented here, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. That's pretty darn powerful, isn't it?
It's very powerful. And again, Alex, it amazes me that how mainstream media can possibly say that they're the ones that provide us with our knowledge, when all of this is out there and none of them will touch it in any way, shape, or form. I mean, did you see how quickly George Stephanopoulos got me off Good Morning America or whatever it was?
Yes.
The minute that I responded that I felt that our government, certainly if they didn't participate in it, they knew about it, they've covered it up. He couldn't get me off there quicker. I bet you my segment ended up about a minute 25.
Yeah, he had to bail and pull the plug because you had the courage to tell the truth. In closing, tell us a little bit about the TV show. And also, you're involved politically up there for the third-party candidate, Tom Horner, running for governor, and he's polling about like you were.
Yeah, he's got a shot at it. You know, I don't know. He's right about where I was a week before my election. Now, does he have the momentum that I had? I don't know. But we will not stop trying up here, because Minnesota proved in 1998 that they would elect an independent governor, and we've had great candidates since then. We haven't elected another one, but we'll still keep trying, and I'll still keep trying, because, again, we're not going to get our country back until we stop electing Democrats and Republicans and follow John Adams' suggestion and get rid of these political parties, because they are not the solution, they are the problem.
That's right. You've talked about banning.
Alex, I'll just say the biggest thing to me on the TV show this fall is the confession we have to the murder of John Kennedy.
Extremely powerful. And this episode's Area 51 coming up Friday night.
Yeah, Area 51 will be Friday night, and then we're going to do clean water. We do the police state. We do the Wall Street. We do JFK, and there's a couple more thrown in there that I can't think of right now.
All right. Well, Governor Jesse-Ventura, I appreciate you joining us. And I know in the next month you're going back down to Mexico. So have fun down there. Get some rest that's well-deserved. Say hi to Terry and Tyrell and everybody. And I look forward to seeing you back again if we're still here in 2011.
Well, hopefully we'll still be here, Alex. And again, keep up the good work. I'll leave you to handle the collateral damage. It's time for me to go on R&R.
God bless you, sir. Take care.
You too, Alex. Take care, and best to your family, and keep up the fight.
Bon voyage, Governor.
All right, bye-bye.